This is my analysis on Like Water for Chocolate. It is a Latino-based film, takes place around the early 1900s about a mother named Mama Elena who wants Tita, her daughter, to stay single so she can take care of her when she gets older. Tita has nothing to do but accept her fate despite being in love with Pedro, but Pedro realizes that he can't get with her, so Pedro later marries Rosea because Mama Elena didn't agree to the marriage of Pedro and Tita. Tita is the main cook at their wedding and finds out that she can create dishes that bring nostalgia about their past lives. So she continues to create these good dishes and it makes her happy and intends that each dish will be a love song for Pedro. Tita and Rosea haven't gone along since following the marriage, but Rosea is looking forward to taking Mama Elena's place as the master of Hacienda. Rosea later gives the birth to a boy from Pedro. Tita ends up taking care of the child and starts to become very fond of the child. As Tita gets closer to the child, she also gets closer to Pedro. Mama Elena sees this happening and sends the family away to San Antonio. They flee to San Antonio, where later we find out the baby dies due to the food there. Tita gets in an argument with Mama Elena that leads Elena to hit her with a spoon. Tita leaves the area and starts going through a breakdown. Later, Dr. Brown takes a look at Tita for a treatment, but instead he actually starts to fall in love with her, but he understands she's in love with another man. Elena is killed by rebels as they attack the ranch. Her ghost pesters Tita. Rosea has another child this time. It's a girl, and she isn't jealous of Tita anymore due to her and her and John becoming engaged. She wants her daughter to stay single, to stay with tradition, and have her daughters watch over her just as Tita watched over Elena. As time passes, Esperanza, which is Rosea's daughter, grows up and marries the son of Dr. Brown. We later have Tita and Pedro dancing together. That later leads to a romantic setting. We see Pedro die from the experiencing of passionate sex, but Tita finds out that all the matches were lit, so she begins to swallow all the matches until both lovers burst into flames. For question 1, I got Tita's rebellion against her family's tradition and a way of making fun of many traditional ideas established in the past. Food is a very significant symbol because it is also a way of expressing love, even after she dismisses the family tradition. For question 2, I got history is used in the narrative by involving the traditions and importance of cooking, how tradition plays a role in daily lives much more than people today with certain rules that must be abided by. For example, having the youngest sister not being able to marry to look after the mother shows the tradition was very important in the early 1900s. For question 3, have identities are found with the food they consume. An example would be with when Gertrudis, I don't know how to pronounce her name, ran away with Juan after the dish with the rose petals, shows the identity that brought to her because she had a change in mood to convince her to run away.